Now, believe it or not, I actually don't like being negative in my videos. I really don't. And last week I covered One Piece Online, which was about as scathing as I could possibly be. So I was really looking forward to moving on from that one onto something better, something I could be positive about. And then came Archlord 2. I mean, Echo of Soul, sorry. I get the two confused because they're basically interchangeable. If you don't happen to remember Archlord 2, yeah, that's kind of the point. It was so painfully generic that it basically left no impression on me whatsoever. Echo of Soul is pretty much the same, even right down to the awkward gathering animation. In Archlord 2, you psychotically stab things to death. And in Echo of Soul, you erotically massage them. If you don't know, Echo of Soul is an MMO that just hit closed beta from the company that brought us Scarlet Blade. Oh good, that bodes well. And the website for this game claims it was voted the most anticipated MMO of 2015. But if this is the best that 2015 has to offer, I weep for the future, because we're all doomed. Oddly enough, the very beginning of the game shows promise. But don't let it fool you. It's like a drug dealer, sucking you in with that sweet first taste. And then, BAM! It sleeps with your sister and steals your car. You'll start off by choosing one of 5 classes, which are gender-locked. Not that that's a problem, I just thought I should mention it. The 5 classes are Warrior, which can later specialize into Berserker or Protector, a Rogue, which can become a Duelist or Assassin, a Guardian, which can become a Storm Guard or an Earth Guard, a Sorceress, which can become a Fire Mage or an Ice Mage, and last of all, an Archer, which can become a Huntress or a Bard. Sorry folks, no healers here. Just Warrior, DPS, and support. You cut me deep, Echo of Soul. You cut me deep. But again, all of this seems to be alright. The character models don't look terrible, each class has a decent design and seems interesting enough. Heck, even character customization isn't too bad, with several pre-made options to choose from. But after some story, things quickly go south. Upon leaving character creation and entering the game, you'll quickly notice that the graphics took a nosedive. It's like we jumped from 2012 to 2007. Just look at this. Ugh. But graphics aren't everything, so what about the gameplay? Well, prepare for exclamation point questing like you've never seen. Wait, I'm sorry, let me try that again. Prepare for exclamation point questing like you've seen constantly since 2004. And that's it! That is all you'll be doing for the foreseeable future. It's almost sad, really. You'll experience every MMO trope you've ever heard of. You'll talk to one person who only wants you to talk to another person 5 feet away, who will then only send you back to the first person. You don't need a f***ing courier, just speak at any volume above whisper and they'll likely hear you. Every quest is essentially a giant chunk of text that's supposed to act as story. But let's face it, you're likely never gonna read any of it. And don't forget, all the kill quests you could ever want, but never asked for. Of course, kill quests aren't too bad as long as the combat's fun. Unfortunately, the combat of Echo of Soul is so bland, you'll be surprised you're not playing a browser-based MMO. Click on a target and push the number keys until their cooldowns reset. Then push them again. Repeat. It doesn't have the action of Terra, it doesn't have the oomph of Guild Wars 2, it doesn't have the polish of World of Warcraft, it's just kind of there. Kind of like a salad with no dressing. It's functional, but I really don't want to eat it. Now, for some reason, I found the fact that I was running through all these giant battles, ignoring my comrades as I gathered plants and saved the ladies, a lot funnier than I normally do. I'm not really sure why, I just did. One thing that I really did enjoy was my time-limited pet that I named Sages. He's an anteater who loots my stuff for me. He's also an in-game pet. Heyo! If you don't know Sages, that joke probably wasn't funny at all. Worth it. At a certain point, you also get introduced to the Chaos Purification system. I have no idea what it does, but it's there and the game made a big deal about it, so I thought I'd mention it. I don't know, I got nothing. Eventually, you'll get to ride the llama. Wait, that's not a f***ing llama. What the hell is that thing? It's like a llama slash emu slash abomination of nature. I also found this bit funny. Meet the most pointless armor merchant ever, because even this small little girl gives out better armor for just killing a few little monsters. Speaking of little girls, you'll be pulling them out of barrels. Literally. Once again, I found this funnier than it probably should be. Once you reach the milestone of level 10, you'll get to specialize your character by choosing one of the 2 roles that I mentioned at the beginning, which changes absolutely nothing, at least at this level. It will likely come into play later on down the line, but it was a little disappointing to hit level 10 just to continue to use the same skills I've been using for the past 5 levels. And that's Echo of Soul. My first impression of this game is that it's so bland, I'm pretty sure being on an acid trip wouldn't help a damn thing. It's boring, and basically a clone of every MMO I've seen over the past 10 years. It has shown me nothing different or new whatsoever. And before you jump in and say, but this game gets so much better as you get higher level, stop. The game did not entertain me in the slightest for over 2 hours. I don't care how good your end game is. If you cannot entertain me in the same amount of time it would have taken me to watch a highly enjoyable movie, You don't deserve my time. With that, I honestly say, unless you were just really craving an MMO and don't mind doing mind-numbing quests that could have been done in a better MMO, then I cannot suggest Echo of Soul, namely because it lacks soul. However, Echo of Solace is a much better name. Maybe they should just run with it. And that was Echo of Solace. It's boring. I'm pretty sure I almost fell asleep playing it. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. You can also follow me on Twitter, and you can donate to me on Patreon. Like these other people who have souls. Except for that Sages guy. He doesn't have a soul.